Hey, welcome to a random Lethal Company video that I'm posting 8 months after my last upload. This isn't like your conventional gameplay video for Lethal Company though. I wanted to try out something different. Nutcrackers are one of the cooler entities in Lethal Company. And if you kill them, they give you a literal gun, which is pretty sick. But a lot of people struggle with killing Nutcrackers. And weirdly, as popular as the Nutcracker and the shotgun itself are on YouTube, there aren't really very many guides that explain, like, in depth how you should go about doing it. So I'm going to try and do that today. I have 3 different methods I'm going to go over in this video for how to kill a Nutcracker. All 3 of which involve using a shovel. If you already have a shotgun from a previous Nutcracker, then that's automatically better than all 3 of these methods, so just use that instead. Anyway, the 3 methods themselves are the stun grenade method, the corner method, and the crouch method. All of them work. Again, all of them use shovels. They're based on preference, but I think there are certainly more risks to some than others, so you should keep that in mind. The stun method is what we're going to start with. Just wait for him to start scanning. Make sure you have a stun grenade with you. When he's looking away, you can walk up to him. Pull the pin and drop the stun grenade on the ground. Don't throw it. Just drop it on the ground next to him. And then get out your shovel and just start spam clicking him with your shovel. You'll get 2 hits on him before the stun grenade goes off. And then he'll get stunned before he gets a chance to shoot you. And then if you just keep spamming, he should die before the stun wears off. Now, it should be noted that if you're too close to him when you hit him with the first shovel hit, he'll just turn and kick you, and you'll die instantly. So make sure you have a little bit of a distance. After the newest update, shovels' distance have been buffed, so it shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Just get a little bit of distance away before you do it. And that's the method. Here's an example of me using this method to kill a Nutcracker, so you can get a visual step-by-step of everything I just broke down. Moving on, we have the corner method, which is my personal favorite. This method involves peeking around a corner to bait the Nutcracker into taking shots, and then when he reloads, you can get free hits on him. He can move slightly while aiming at you now because of the new update, and that does make this method a bit scarier, but it's certainly still possible. The first thing you should do before attempting this method is finding a spot to do it at, because it's just not possible everywhere. I mean, there are open areas, there are rooms that are dead ends. You really don't want to be doing this in a spot where he can just kill you, because that's a lot of spots. If you're in a mansion layout, which you typically are if you're fighting a Nutcracker, any of the bookshelves that you can go all the way around are perfect. I've never had them fail me before. If you're in a facility, it's a bit scarier, but you can use the tunnel network as well, because that has quite a lot of walls you can go around. Make sure you have a spot planned out for that first, though, because it's certainly possible that you end up in a dead end and then you just get obliterated. You just have to get used to the actual timing of the peaks, which takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's not really that bad. The part I do want to talk about, though, is the different ways you should deal with the reloads. Because depending on how you start the fight, there are 2 very different ways you should do it. If you hit him in his scanning phase to start him aggroing you, then you should just do it like normal, hit him twice every time he reloads. That should be fine. I think you can hit him 3 times, but it's risky, so I would do twice. If you didn't hit him to start it, if he just saw you, then you should hit him twice on the first reload, once on the second reload, and twice on the final reload, because it skips his final state on his last hit point where he shoots double as quickly, which is really, really not fun to deal with. So with that out of the way, again, I'll give you another example of me using this method in-game to show you what it should look like. I specifically chose this clip because everything was going wrong for me. Like, I was trying to do the method and I was just messing everything up, but it shows how forgiving the method is. Like, if you take your time, you can still do it. Now finally we have the crouch method, which is actually the one I recommend the least because I find it to be a bit more difficult than the other two, and it's also a bit iffy with how the hitboxes work. Basically, the most straightforward of the three of them. You just walk up to him while he's scanning, and you just crouch, get up close to him, and start hitting him in the legs until he dies. You will be too low to the ground, and if you're close enough to him, he won't be able to aim down far enough to shoot you, so you should just be fine. Now, the reason I say this method is iffy is because if you're too close to him, he will just kick you when you hit him with your shovel, and if you're slightly too far, he'll shoot you because you won't be close enough to him for him to miss. And now, because of the new update, it's actually quite a bit scarier because if you don't get all of the hits you need in the first 2 shots, he'll start moving when he aims and then he'll kick you guaranteed. So this method is very scary to do now, but it's definitely still possible, so I thought I should mention it. I don't actually have any recorded footage of me doing the crouch method, so here's a clip in the background of Werps doing it. On the off chance you don't know who he is, I'll leave his channel link in the description. But yeah, you can see that it's pretty straightforward, but it's very risky. So there's my finished guide on how to beat the Nutcracker. I don't usually make content like this on this channel, and I'm definitely not used to this editing style, so if you could leave any criticism in the comments, I would appreciate that. That's about all I gotta say. I guess I'll see you when I upload again in another 8 months.